The Women's Foundation launched the second year of its mentoring program for women leaders last September. The program matches 50 pairs of mentors and protégés who are exposed to a year of personal and professional development through shared insights and mutual learning.
We feel that Hong Kong is squandering the leadership potential of women here, despite the fact that women are better educated and more prevalent in the workplace than ever before. There's still underrepresentation, a significant underrepresentation of women in decision-making roles in most industry sectors and professions. There are really three main objectives. The first one is to spotlight the fact that women are significantly underrepresented in leadership positions. And this is really due to a slew of factors, from gender biases in the education system to persistent discrimination and prejudice in the recruitment and promotion policies practiced by many institutions, and also the lack of family-friendly workplace policies and the lack of quality, accessible childcare options. The first, if you like, driver was to really put a spotlight on this. A second objective is to empower the 100 women who are participating in the program, those 100 individuals, to achieve their leadership potential through the skills training as well as the networks that we're developing as part of the program. And the last objective, given who we are, given our work in the broader community, we wanted to expose the women on the program to women who have fewer advantages, if you like, than themselves, who don't have the same education, who don't have the same access to opportunities, and to encourage the participants in the programs to consider community service.
Our 50 mentors are all highly successful women who have accumulated at least 10 years of working experience in a managerial position. All our mentors are motivated by a strong desire to see the next generation of women achieve their full potential.
I would like to share what I've learned in the last 20 years of work life, so as to fast forward Renji's career and hopefully help her to not only seize the opportunities, but to flourish and to be a very successful leader in the Hong Kong business scene and perhaps internationally as well.
Sometimes, when one gets so busy with family and work, you sometimes lose track of all these young people out there who are really they look up to you as your role model. And it's really, really gratifying and inspiring to speak to them. And sometimes you will kind of, have a flashback of yourself being in their shoes and say, oh, I used to be like that. And it's sometimes, it's really gratifying. It makes you realize, wow, I've come a long way. And I'm here to help these young people who are just starting out.
Our protégés are typically younger women currently employed in the first or second job with less than 5 years of full-time work experience. To be selected for the program, protégés have to show a willingness to learn from others and that they are driven to achieve professional success.
Being an entrepreneur like Esther, you're basically a juggler, I think. You have like 20 balls and they're all hot potatoes and you just got to keep juggling them. And you got to make sure you're on top of everything, and it can be very stressful at times. At times you will question, at times you will doubt, at times you will, wonder if you made the right decision, if you're on the right track. And it's always good to have more experienced mentors or friends or colleagues to bounce ideas off and to just check in with you every couple of weeks or every couple of months, just to talk or walk them through your business, walk them through your new developments, maybe speak to them about different challenges or things that you've achieved in the last couple of weeks, couple of months.
This year's program is being sponsored by 10 corporate partners who are providing critical financial and other support for the program. One of our priorities for the mentoring program was to create compatible pairings between mentors and protégés by matching participants according to interests, motivations, and affinities. To achieve this end, we held a series of icebreaker sessions which provided the opportunity for participants to self-select their mentors or protégés.
During the ice breaking, so we met a few different mentors. We got around 5 minutes each. So, it was more like just to get to know each other, why were they here, what do they hope to get out of it, and of course, they asked me the questions, what do I hope to get out of their relationship. One of the reasons why I chose my mentor, who's Petra, is because I think because she's a trained business coach, so it's more like I felt as though she wanted to help me to find the answer within myself versus just, giving me advice like, I think you should do this, you should do that. The first time she gave me like a self-assessment exercise, so that I actually had to ask a few people, close to me, or my colleagues, or people that know me since very young, or even my family, what they thought of me. So that was a very interesting exercise because I got to know a bit more about myself that I wasn't aware of, certain things.
When I'm chatting with Judith on our first event, we share our interests, and later on, TWF got it's a directory for the mentoring people. They got a directory so that we see each other, what they're looking for and what their interests. And then we found that we both like cooking and oil painting. With the same interests, I think we should have some similar and some difference, and that what we are looking for and what we try to have some mentoring relationship like this.
A couple of weeks ago we went art jamming together, which was really nice. We spent Saturday afternoon together, and I think that was a mutual learning curve. So that was quite a nice experience here, and I'll show you. Here's a picture of Celia and I art jamming.
After the pairings were determined, mentors and protégés embarked together on their mentoring journey. At the same time, the entire cohort of mentors and protégés come together once a month for an inspirational talk or workshop to facilitate peer-to-peer learning and networking.
So when we launched this program, we set out to do something really quite ambitious, which was to create a best-in-class program which would provide the participants with a year's worth of personal and professional development opportunities, encompassing not just their one-on-one mentoring relationship, but also very frequent interactions with the rest of the cohort through gatherings and workshops and inspirational talks that would take place on a monthly or even more frequent basis to allow maximum peer-to-peer learning and sharing.
It's very nice to have Judith around because she's so friendly and humorous and also so wise and always gives me words of wisdom. So I feel so comfortable going to her, with my questions, and she's able to give me insights and shed some light upon me.
We're also hoping to leverage some of the expertise and the contacts of the other women who are taking part in this mentorship series, and certainly from attending the events and the formal meetings, I think that also helps us and gives a little bit of structure to the year. So I think it's a great program, and it's been executed very, very well so far, and we're looking forward to all the future events that are going to be held. So.
Actually, Anne has a lot of experience in the business role, and then she helped me to look at my business structures and give me a lot of guidance and advice. Because for me, I'm a therapist, I'm not familiar with another side of the service. So she does give me a lot of guidance, and also she, by herself, being very kind of successful woman image. So I can learn from her quite a lot.
I really respect Alice for setting up her own business. And she's obviously very confident in that she's done that. But I think one area maybe where I can help her is to be confident in all aspects of running her business, because she's clearly very capable. But I think this is something that a lot of women, their natural inclination is to be less confident. And I think that over certainly my career, I found the benefits of being just confident, believing in yourself and believing that you're as good as the next person and really able to do something. And that's something that certainly I would like Alice to work on a little bit more, because she's certainly got what it takes. She just needs to believe it.
In January, TWF organized a Women's Entrepreneurs panel featuring 3 inspirational female entrepreneurs, Adrienne Ma, Esther Ma, and Melissa Mowbray-Diarbala, who shared insights into their individual journeys, the highs and lows of being an entrepreneur, and tips for success.
I think the Women's Foundation has done a really great job of not just pairing protégés with mentors, but they always regularly host different events like networking events or cocktails or what they call like little date nights to meet potential mentor-mentees. And like today, we had an entrepreneurial panel discussion. All of these little events are all very helpful to get people to mingle and just to make more friends across different industries and sectors. So it's been really interesting. It's been a lot of fun so far.
In February, over 100 mentors, proteges, TWF supporters, and Nomura staff members were privileged to hear Mrs. Anson Chan speak about leadership in Hong Kong's future. Mrs. Chan shared entertaining and poignant recollections from her career with the civil service.
In those days, only the governor could write in red ink. So when you get a note in red ink saying, SES, I think we should speak some more about this liberalization of the telecommunications market. And so it went back and forth for nearly a year before I finally managed to persuade the governor that that was the right thing to do.
Following the Anson Chan talk, TWF launched Mentoring Circles as a pilot initiative within this year's mentoring program. The Mentoring Circles are designed to provide participants with wider exposure to more mentors and proteges within the program and a greater opportunity for peer-to-peer learning. The first talk on March 15th was on strategies for professional and personal development, which was held by professional coach Katrien.
Because this is the idea. If you honor your values and your goals on a daily basis, knowing where you want to go, it will bring you much more balance.
It was only because I had a bit of perspective. I certainly was not the smartest person in the room, he said. I remember watching the insufficiency that kicked in when people stress out. That experience showed him that life could be his friend.
Yes, actually I met one of the mentors at an event of the business school, and we started talking about what you're doing, you know how it goes. And she told me she was involved in the Women's Foundation, and I asked her what it was, and she said, are you interested of doing something? I said, of course, because, we could use a coach. And I said, yeah, I'm very happy. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed with the high level of the mentoring circle, with the way people were sharing and asking for help. I was really impressed with that, and I thought, yes, I really want to help them. Actually, one of the proteges was saying, oh, do you really close this program already now in, June or August? I would like to stay longer, and I can understand them. I can understand why.
At TWF, we believe things will not change until there is a critical mass of women in leadership positions. In addition to providing direct guidance for the program participants, we hope our program will stimulate broader discussion regarding the barriers women face in achieving their professional goals and inspire new initiatives among mentors, proteges, and corporates alike, strengthening partnerships that address the gender gap in leadership. We welcome you to come and join this initiative.